everyone, this is GameBro64 and I'm bringing you guys another gear setup video slash deck setup video for my Life Wizard this time. This is for PvE and not PvP, just to make that clear. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but this could possibly work in PvP, though I've never tried it. So mainly this is just player versus environment. If you guys like it, be sure to leave a like and everything like that. But let's get right on in. This is my look. The sword is from Drake Hatchery, which is in the Sacred House. The gear, of course, is not the commanding gear from PvP, but it is the bundled gear that you get with the Massive Fantasy Palace. And then the hat I got in the Bazaar. The reason why I go with the hat is because the line somewhat matches up with the cape for the cross on the cape, and it kind of matches up, and try to get the cape as white as you can so it matches the hat. Silver didn't really work out, but white somewhat works out, and so I just like it with that, and it kind of matches up. So this is just my wizard. I got my handy dandy nutcracker with his cork in his gun, so it's on safety because I don't see a safety on that gun, but the cork makes sure it's safety, so you know, because a bullet can't really penetrate a cork. So yeah, quick tip for you guys: if you ever want to make sure your gun's on safety, just put a cork in it and you'll be fine, because that's just how you do things. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the stats. This is my stats for my healing wizard. It's not a hitting wizard, it's actually healing wizard, support wizard, mainly just heal wizard. No damage, because if you're healing, why do you need damage? Resist, of course, I'm rocking somewhat Jade resist, but it's like partial Jade gear, partial Rasputin gear, just for the other page, which I'm about to show you. My accuracy is full. I can get more accuracy, but mainly I'm trying to get max power pip chance, and that's what I want mainly for healer rather than accuracy. I do have max accuracy, so I'm going to be trying to focus on max power pip chance. And then when I get max power pip chance, I'll focus on getting more accuracy in case of like smoke screen or mantle. But the next page has 72% crit block, which is very useful. And like I said, I'm running Jade, so don't expect me to go crit. But for some reason with this 1%, it's still a percentage, and though it's incredibly low, it still goes off once in a blue moon. So yeah, it's actually went off multiple times actually, so I'm actually pretty proud of this 1%, well, believe it or not. And 72, I'm blocking 70% of the time, which is fantastic. My power pip chance unfortunately is not there yet. I'm trying currently to farm Rasputin for the triangle deck so I can throw in an extra 10% power pip jewels, so I can have 98 power pip chance instead of 88 to limit my chance of getting a new pip. Shadow Pip bonus, don't really care for, because I don't really have any Shadow Pip spells I use for healing. And no, the duck spell or goose spell does not count as a healing spell. Any healer who uses that, I don't think of them as a healer, because that is probably one of the stupidest spells in game. If it was like a mix between the Forest Lord and a Rebirth, where it heals you at the same time and hits at the same time, then I would. But putting a dot around him, I don't consider that a heal at all. That's like throwing a Sprightly, which I'm not a fan of throwing a Sprightly when you can throw a Unicorn next turn, because if you get a Power Pip, it doubles the Sprightly. And it gives it to everyone, not just one person. Stun resist, because, you know, the conviction, the 95% plus the 5% gives you the 100% if you're running like Darkmoor for better gear, or just the fun of it because your friends don't have everything because they're not as lucky as you. Just kidding, guys. I love you guys. The healing in and out, I have 33 incoming. Outgoing is 105. Reason for is because, as you're aware of, I am a Jade tank, and Jades have lots of outgoing. I have an incredible amount, and the incoming, just because when I heal myself, I kind of want to go back up to full health as well. Not just get like a measly 1,000 and heal everyone else. I want to kind of stay alive as well, because I am a healer, and to keep the healer alive, you gotta heal. So yeah, then 6k health, because 6k is a lot, and I'm really proud of having 6k health with this much block. That pretty standard resist for Jade, and then 135 outgoing, which is insane. And then my mana's 500, so I never really have to use potions as much, or have to really rely on grabbing wisps as much, because mainly I just use Rebirth, which is just a 7 pip. Of course, it's the normal healing spell for heals. And then, yeah, that's pretty much everything I have. Those are the stats and I like that. Let's go into the gear. Now, of course, you caught me. You got it right. That's right. I'm running the Jade Gear. Except the robe, though. I'm running the hat because the resist, the in and out's really good, and the power pip chance. The boots, of course, Jade, because the in and out's incredible, the block, the power pip chance, and the resist. And the robe, it is not Jade. Unfortunately, it is the Rasputin Tier 1. The reason why I'm running this is because though it gives me less resist, it gives me more block, which is very good if you're like first slot and you expect to go crit a lot or block a lot if they crit on you. And you also want that 41 outgoing. That is freaking ridiculous. Fantastic. And on top of that, if you look at the very top of this, 932 health, almost 1,000 health on this robe for a life. That is insane. Plus you get the 2% Shad pip bonus in case you ever need to go to Shadow Seraph for more healing, or if you guys out there who love the gooses / ducks, you can use them, I guess, but I don't. The wand, of course, is, I don't know where I got this. I think I got it in a pack. 24 outgoing, 100% crit block. I know you can get a better one for more crit block, but 24 outgoing, that's really good. You know, that's like the dagger and ring. You know, those daggers and rings that are 24 and 25 outgoing. So that's why I use it. And then, of course, you got yourself the dagger from Darkmoor. Now, some people usually do the Morganth dagger for life or the dagger from Darkmoor. Morganth gives you 20 outgoing but no 12 incoming. So you can have a lot of outgoing more and less incoming, so you can heal your friends more and not so much of yourself. But I like to balance it out and have in and out. Plus, this is also the first thing I got. I don't want to farm Morganth because she's just so much boring, and I don't want to just farm her for one thing when I can farm Darkmoor and try to get all sorts of things like the dagger, the hat, the robe, the shoes, and the deck. Or, not the deck, sorry, my bad, the amulet. Of course, the outgoing jewels, I try to get 5% so I can get that extra 2% outgoing, because 135, it's kind of annoying. I want that 137, you know, bigger the better. Power pip chance, because when you're healing, you definitely want your power pip chance to come up and be max. And the 100% or the 100 health jewel, just extra health. It was the biggest jewel I had so far. Another 100% health jewel. And then this one is my amulet. I have it for the block, the resist, and the incoming, the 2 sockets. Unfortunately, I don't have any more incoming jewels. I'm trying to get some 5% so I can get 2 of those and socket it in there and get 10% extra incoming, or actually 8% because I already got 2% in there. But that's for some other time to come. Right now I'm just rocking stun resist because that's really good to have if you're throwing conviction in Darkmoor and you definitely don't want to have that whole 5% incident. You can have the socketed jewel to help you out get that 100%. The ring, of course, it's stone to the other side. A lot of people have another one that gives you like 36 outgoing or 37 outgoing or 35 outgoing. I like this one a little bit more because it gives me a circle and a square plus a tier. Gives you 3 jewel sockets, so I have outgoing plus incoming, both 5%, which is max currently. And then the 33 outgoing is really good because if you look at the other ones that give you like 36 outgoing, you might think, oh, it's more. But if you have those jewels, you technically have 38 outgoing on this ring. That beats one that has 36 outgoing. And then you also get an additional 5 extra incoming instead of just having outgoing on the jewel. So it really helps out there. Plus the block and the power pip chances really benefit to being a tanky healer. My pet has my accuracy that gives me the max accuracy. And then if you're wondering where the extra 4% comes from, it comes from the robe. So I have max accuracy there. But double universal resist, which is a standard kind of thing to have on your pet. It's just double resist. It's very useful. Goes for everything. And then Sprite, Fairy, Unicorn. The standard heals. I tried to go for Healing Current. Didn't work out, but I was stuck with Sprite because Sprite is very useful if you're in a pickle, especially when you get like Sanctuary up and your pet seems to spam Sprightly a lot. You might think, oh, that spell does suck, and I do say that sometimes in my videos, but when you start getting like 4 or 5 of them up there and you got Sanctuary up plus your outgoing and incoming, he starts healing like 500 over 3 rounds to you times 4. So it's fantastic when you have 4 different ones and you start spamming that quite a bit. If you look currently, all my pet names are Toby and Max, because Max is just incredible if you're trying to go for a Nutcracker. I don't know why my friend, all his Nutcrackers that have Maycast heals on them are all named Max. So I decided to name mine Max and see if it helps out. Turns out this pet goes off a lot, and I don't know why, but I think it's the name Max. It just loves being called Max, so that's just the go-to name. If you have difficulty having your pet go off, a lot of people say good boy, good girl. That somewhat helps here and there, but for some reason, just saying Max gets this guy to go off. I don't know why. But for anything else, most of them are the go-to Toby, and that sucker goes off. Of course, this one has critical, but I still named it Toby because my wizard goes critical quite a bit. And I'll show you a critical heal setup if you want that one too. Mini Mammoth, the number one go-to one, the 2 extra outgoing. Who does not want 2 extra outgoing? You know, if you're a healer, outgoing. Unless you need the accuracy, then go for the pony mount. But this one, outgoing, it's a no-brainer. Every healer must have that. Healing deck, I'm trying to get the triangle socket so I can get that extra 10% power pip jewel in there, but unfortunately I can't get it. Yeah, and then I want for like attack setup if I need it or not, but most likely not. But that's pretty much just stand up. The starting pip really helps there. That's my gear. Those are my stats. I got Jade resist pretty much, a little bit above it. Max accuracy. Trying to get max power pip chance, but it's not going to work even if I get the deck, but I'll try to get as close as it to I can. Then I got to finish up on some jewels, so I'm not fully finished with this guy, but it's really close to being finished because all you really have to do is add like 8 extra incoming to this wizard, 2 extra outgoing, 10% power pip chance, and then yeah, that's it, and then it's done. So pretty much the only thing I have yet to increase is power pip chance, in and out. That's it. So yeah, and then if you guys desperately want me to get another video about here when I do get it all finished, or just give you guys a heads up of when it is finished, and I'll send like a picture of it or something like that, I can do that if you guys want me to, and just comment down the comment section below if you guys want me to do that or not. It's all up to you guys. But yeah, that's the setup for this life, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's pretty much everything I have to cover. Oh, sorry, the deck setup. Let me go ahead and finish out my deck setup. Sorry, I totally forgot all about that. Let me go back to it. This is what I normally rock. Max stun resist, because you never want to miss a turn when you're healing. You never want to miss it because it's always bad. Even if it's first round stun, if you're running with a storm, they only have like 4,000 health, incredibly low, especially since the block system's messed up. They might get crit on a whole lot more, so it really sucks if you're running with those people who have extremely low health but a lot of damage and crits. You want to kind of not miss a turn, and the reason why I run 5 is so I can get them up quicker, because it's always important to have these, and then also for other people who don't have them in or can't use them at all. Primordials, I think I'm maxed. Yeah, maxed on Primordials because it's like a Colossal. You kind of want to run max, but you don't. But if you got all these different kind of healings in there, you want max Primordial so you can enchant as many as you can. 2 fairies because they're useful, but I don't really rely on them as much. And then satyrs and unicorns, I don't rely on them as much. They're just there in case I don't have the pips to rely on my rebirths. So I got my unicorns, and I also got my pet that's also healing me and unicorn. Unicorn, I guess. I don't know how to say that. He's also using unicorn. So yeah, I don't have to rely on unicorn as much when I know my pet can do it as well. Circle of Life because the 5% or the 10, whoa, no, sorry, 5% incoming because I'm not at max. But when I get that 10% jewel and then I get this 5%, then I will be. So, you know, you kind of get the drift of how it all works out. But 25% outgoing, really incredible. It beats Mend. I think Mend's like 20 or 25, I'm not certain. But this one gives you power pip chance plus outgoing. Unfortunately, you do take a boost to death. But if you got 37 res and a pet that spams heals over and over, I think you'll survive. Empowerment, so you get those pips up in case your power pip chance is failing, because mine's only at 88, not 98 yet. So that's the only difficulty there. So I rock empowerment regardless because the pip chance is incredible. Reshuffles because you are support wizard, so you don't need to carry a lot of reshuffles, but it's good to have a few in there for others and yourself in case you run out. And that 2% on the robe really helps out you getting your Shadow Seraph if you really need to use it. The 25 incoming is bad, 25 outgoing is really good, especially if you get an absorb every single time you heal. The bad thing though is I believe when your pet goes off, it does not give you an absorb. So that's the only bad thing about using Seraph that I recommend. Or in case you're low health and you really need desperately to heal, I would not throw it up because that 25% extra incoming can really destroy you in the long run. But yeah, so you have to use your own personal spells if you want the personal 150 absorb plus the 400 absorb on the rebirth. So that's just how it works. I carry Snowdrift because in case you're running Darkmoor and they steal your little sprightlies that go around you from your pet and you want to steal them back, sure, why not? Go ahead and steal it. Wands I don't really carry so much because I carry Shatter. And then those I don't carry much because I don't use shields as much. If you run it with a healer, you don't necessarily need a shielder because you got a healer and you kind of want, not to be rude, but you kind of want to take damage so it gives him something to do so he's not sitting there sucking on his thumb with nothing else to do because no one's taking any damage. So it's like, it's the circle of life, or it's the circle of how to be a wizard. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't really care for those power plays. I guess you can have them, but I'd rather have Sanctuary. I don't rock Sanctuary in my normal deck. The 50% is nice, but the 60% is the better version. That's why I use it. Also, the Cleanse Charm, that is fantastic to have in case you get like gnomed or a life dispel on you or an accuracy or some stupid annoying thing that's just very annoying that you want to get rid of, so you just Cleanse Charm it to do whatever with it. It's just, you can use these at any time. It's fantastic. And you're also support wizard, so if your balance wizard can't get them up, your life can, and he's got 4 of them in there, so you can expect him to be using those quite a bit if you ever need one. And then Shatter, of course, because the balance has it and you have it because you're both supporting, and it's awesome to be a support wizard, so you might as well just support by eliminating shields from the enemy. And of course 2 instant rebirths that are already enchanted. Well, not really enchanted. I think you can buy them like this. They're not TC potent because I don't have those, but they are bought like this for the 450 that stacks with the 400, and then if you have the Seraph, which is an extra 150, it's fantastic too. But yeah, just in case you can't get a rebirth up for some reason, you got TC there, and TC Fairy and TC Unicorn, just in case you can't get them up. Some say rock TC Satyr, which I do have them. I just don't use them often because the 4 pips are nice. Like, they kind of cost quite a bit. You can throw a Sanctuary for Pete's sakes and then throw like a Sprite the next turn, or you can throw 2 fairies on 2 people for half of what a Satyr's throwing. But since you have so much outgoing, so much incoming, plus they also have incoming, plus you got Sanctuary up hopefully, or if you have Circle of Life, you don't necessarily need to throw a heal for like 4,000 or something like that when you can split it up and throw 2,000 on one person, 2,000 on another, which most people take 2,000 damage generally, not 4,000 unless they go crit and your team doesn't block or something like that. So, but on rare occasions you might need it, but personally, I don't run it because I have these 2, which I barely use. So I just have them there just in case, you know. But that's the deck setup. Those are the stats. That's my gear individually. And that's just pretty much how I run my wizard. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe button to see more videos. Comment, see if I missed anything, or if you want me to go over into more detail about a certain topic, or help you out with anything you need questions about. Just comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button because it just lets me know you guys like this video. Or if you like my setup, or if you plan to use it. There goes the little sharky. That's cool. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Gamebro64, and we will see you in another one. Bye bye, guys.